Cancer research in particular has changed.
Cancer is a tough challenge.
Seldom is it a eureka moment in cancer research. It was one of the highlights, and it occurred in the first few weeks, first few months that I was the director of what became the Arnie Charbonneau Cancer Institute.
The initial gift, it did a couple of things. When you have a name change, I think it's an opportunity to reevaluate who are you? What do you do? Who do you include? I think that was really important as a rallying. It was a rallying and also an opportunity to say, and how could we be different?
In the inceptions, we had sort of the Calgary research biology group, if you will, very humble beginnings. And so, literally there was about 6 or 7 of us. And then through actually really strong leadership, we've expanded.
When I started with Greg 10 years ago as his deputy director, we were mostly a basic science-oriented research institute. We had people in labs, we had students with the white coats on and beakers and so on and so forth. And over the years, we have really grown to include and collaborate more and more so that we can't distinguish really where does basic science end, where is translational research, where is clinical research. We are basically a network.
With each of these iterations of organized cancer research in our community, the vision got bigger. And the name went from, kind of implying a small group of people, which it was, to, a more aspirational group, at least in Southern Alberta. And then I think the evolution to the current institute signals a desire to do impactful work that has national significance and international significance. It was kind of the conversation I had with Mr. Charbonneau.
The biggest difference between how we were when we started and today is the dots are being connected.
When I started training, our outcomes for 5-year survivals for every patient coming through the Tom Baker was around 42%. It's now over 65%. So we've made 5-year overall survival headway, but we still have a long ways to go.
Impacting patient care is the #1 goal here. So no matter where on that spectrum of research you are, it's the impact to care that drives us, and it drives every research question that we pose here.
I think I say that to patients in the clinic. Maybe not every week, as I used to do, but frequently. I tell them that they have a serious illness, a lot of research is going on, and research will catch up.
When I talk to people about the importance of cancer research in particular, I like to say, here we are doing the best care now. We are doing state-of-the-art care now. And we have a beautiful cancer center coming. That's best practice for today. And what research does, it makes that best practice for tomorrow.
Our goal here, not only from a patient-centric point of view is, but when people think about cancer and cancer care and research anywhere in the world, they think of Calgary. I think that's one of our #1 goals.
I just want people to know that we're doing it, we're leading it. We have, exciting science going on right here. And we're working with others, but in areas, we are leading this for Canada, or in some areas for the world.
When I was in my prime, I never thought that the work I was doing would only benefit people in the town I lived in. I always wanted the work to have global impact. I think this journey will still be ongoing, but I think it'll be faster. The time it takes between a little discovery in the lab to using that discovery in the real world in a very helpful way, that journey will be shorter and the turnaround will be faster.
But I do see in the next 10 years that we might be having the same conversation, but it'll be quite different. And it may be that we're getting there not only from better diagnosis, earlier diagnosis and treatment, but actually in the prevention domains. And I think that's where we're going to make the biggest mark.
In 10 years, you still do need research, again, across the spectrum. I would say you still want to have cutting-edge technology and treatments for people. But that earlier detection and the prevention, the risk reduction, I think that's key.
What do you think Mr. Charbonneau would think about how his gift has been used and the progress it's enabled?
Well, I hope he'd be happy. But you know, he was a businessman, he was a builder, he was ambitious in his own way, of course, successful, critical, demanded a lot of himself and others, so he'd still want us to do better.